have been in a writing slump for months. Okay, maybe not months, but it feels like months. And whenever that happens, I get this insatiable need to bake everything and consume all sweets in sight. So that's what we're doing today. Welcome to my kitchen. Hello friends, my name is Katie and today I'm going to be giving you an update on my writing, what's been happening with it while I make some cupcakes, because this is just the way that it is. This is my life now. I've decided to make red velvet because red velvet is my favorite type of cake. I will have the recipe linked down below if you would like to make them yourself at home. I don't usually make them myself, but we're going to do that today because otherwise this video would be like 5-second form because it takes like 5 seconds to actually make them. So we're going to start with the dry ingredients in my stand mixer. So yeah, what's been happening today? I don't actually know what's been going on with my life. Really in a funk, you know, I'm just really not feeling writing recently. I have decided that I'm going to be changing up my experiment. I should have prepared better for this. If you haven't seen my experiment video, essentially what happened was I was going to be doing certain things with certain projects, and that has not been happening. I've been in a really big slump with writing, I think. I really haven't felt like writing. I really just haven't felt like myself when it comes to writing. I feel like everything I've written is just such shit, such utter crap. I usually don't measure, but for y'all's sake, I will today. And yeah, it's just been difficult. I just find myself not wanting to write, and then so I'll pick something for the day, and then I just won't freaking work on it. Oh, an ant, get out of there, ant. We've been having an ant problem.
Expired. Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
So yeah, so that essentially just means I've been writing it all, which is not the point of my experiment, nor is it the point of anything I've been doing. I was supposed to be, you know, working on shit, getting shit done. I was supposed to be getting outlines done so that I could, like, I don't know, write another book this year. That does not appear to be happening, which just is like really annoying because I really wanted to like work on a new book for Nano, and yeah, not gonna happen, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of just feel a little bit lost when it comes to my writing, which I know everyone goes through, and I literally talk about this all the time. So like, are we even surprised that this is happening to me at this exact moment? Like, this happens all the time. Don't be salty. Wha-bam! I'm very chaotic in the kitchen, if you didn't know. But yeah, I've been working on a different project recently. It's the first project I ever started working on. That means that like it's very near and dear to my heart, but I also haven't thought about it in like a very, very long time. This was the first book I thought of, which I've only talked about the Wrath King on this channel, like, oh, I know, buddy. Why won't this close? There we go. I'm gonna whisk now, so I'll come back. Okay, what ingredients in a separate bowl? 3 eggs. This was truly the first book I ever worked on, like, genuinely ever worked on. Shit, just got 2 eggs in here. This is probably why they like you to do it at room temperature, but I'm too lazy. This book is my witch book. I've talked about it infrequently on my channel, and probably just during live streams or just on random videos, because I literally haven't looked at it since 2019. I remember the last time I looked at it and like was working on it actively. It was May of 2019. I was going on the Camino, and I was on the plane working on it on the way there, which is like a weird fact. Is it a fact? I guess it's a fact. It's like basically a fact. So I literally haven't worked on it since then, which is sad because I really enjoy that project. I really like it. Anyway, why did I come back to it? Get to the point, Catherine. The point is, I came back to this because I was missing it. I was like missing the elements of it that I was really excited about, and the elements that I remembered really enjoying. And I don't know if I'm just romanticizing that aspect of my writing. I worked really hard on this book, and I worked on it like a lot, and it was before I like even knew about AuthorTube, but I started a Writebler, which is a writing Tumblr, if you can believe. I'm just gonna pretend this is gonna work. And if not, oh well. Just kind of how I feel about my writing. Yeah, so I started working on it in June of 2018. And it was like my project that I was really passionate about, and I started writing the first book. And the thing you need to know about this project is in my head, it's like 6 or 7 books, which is crazy. You know, it's crazy to think about that. Now that I'm thinking on it, I think it could be probably less because I think I'm a better writer now and I actually have like an idea of what I'm actually gonna put in all of the books. But the world was really big and expansive, and I feel like it had a lot of room for like additional stories with different characters, you know? Like there'd be a couple standalones within the 7 books, if that makes sense. Like the gist of it is there's a prequel, which was the first book I was writing, which I got 25,000 words in and then ran into a massive plot hole and realized I was not good enough to write this book. And then there's like the main, well, it was supposed to be like a 4-book saga, but I think it could probably end up being like a duology or a trilogy. And then there's like several books that take place in the same world that are like afterwards, is like the aftermath of the original like middle of the series, essentially. That does not smell pleasant. But we're gonna go with it because the recipe said buttermilk. And I don't own buttermilk, so I'm just gonna make it. And it says add red food coloring to this. Where did food coloring go? Hello? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. This is just a regular red food coloring. Pretty sure we've had this since the early 2000s. Wow, looks like I bled in my wet mixture. I didn't. It was this. So anyway, I started writing the first book. Recently, I had kind of, not an epiphany, but like kind of an epiphany about the book itself and like what this book was gonna be. Oh, that's pink. That looks like Pepto-Bismol. Basically, it just like hit the plot hole and then was like, yeah, no, I'm not good enough to write this. Because the first book's a heist novel. And recently I kind of had this like inspiration, this idea. I don't even remember what triggered it, but like my brain just started thinking about it again. And I think part of it is because I watched Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code sequel, and Ewan McGregor plays a really hot priest in it. No spoilers for it if you haven't seen it, but I do recommend it. It's a really good movie. It's much better than Da Vinci Code. But Ewan McGregor has always been the like base claim or inspiration for one of the characters in the prequel book, and then obviously he has a smaller but still crucial role in the like 10 years later series. So that's like the timeline is like prequel, a heist, crazy shit sets in motion. 10 years later, our new cast of characters is dealing with a shit ton of stuff that's happening that's been in the works for thousands of years. And there's characters from the first prequel book that then show up and are big roles in the sequel series, I guess. So yeah, I just really want to start working on this witch book. I've made some mood boards here. I will pop them up here for your viewing pleasure. Oh, fuck, this is supposed to go on that. Shit. I fucked up a little bit. It's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna fix that. It's all going to the same place anyway, people, so don't worry if you fuck up. Just how I feel about most things. Let's screw up. What else can I tell you about this book series? It has witches, magic, obviously, big fantasy, has witch hunters, witch trials. Not in the sense you would think though. I know what you're thinking. You're like, ooh, is this like Goody Proctor shit? No, unfortunately not.
Okay, like I'm not trying to start anything. Like you know me, I don't like drama, but I just saw Goody Proctor with the devil.
But there are people who hate magic, want to destroy magic. Oh, am I boring you, Bear? I just want to lay it on the couch. I don't know how I'm supposed to mix this together. I said it'll be clumpy, but I feel like it shouldn't be this clumpy. There's witch hunters, witches, obviously. I've said that multiple times. Magic being a metaphor for identity. There are brooding, handsome characters. Lots of brooding, handsome characters. There is polyamory. Sentient objects of power, including sentient daggers. Bear, it's just rude there. This mixture looks disgusting. I will not show you what it looks like. You know what? We're just gonna put it. Oh my god, this is disgusting looking. I just need to put it in the bowl. But I know it's gonna taste delicious. It also has Hunger Games for witches. It's like part of the concept. 6 of Crows with witches. Not the same book, by the way. Those would be 2 separate. Super political. Remember to scrape down your edges. Now it's time to put the cupcakes in this thing. So come over here. So yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing with this project. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's like one of those things where it's like, I really want to work on this project. Like, I feel like I could draft it for like actual nano, but then I feel like I've betrayed the integrity of my experiment. But as Violet told me yesterday when I was on stream with her and Caitlin and Steve, adaptability is a life skill. And sometimes shit changes. And sometimes you just need a break from stuff. Like, I really want to do traditional nano because I love traditional nano. It's hard because I also have my mystery thriller, my Nora Roberts ripoff, which I just watched the movie. Just watched that movie. This batter looks disgusting. I'm not going to show you. These cupcakes might turn out awful, but like the first draft, we will persevere. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm still figuring it out. As of right now, I'm still doing the Bowl of Fate, or Egg of Fate, but I only have 3 projects in there. I have my Witch Book, The Wrath King, 2, Electric Boogaloo, and my Nora Roberts ripoff. And the reason I'm also not working on Be Gay Solve Crime, because I haven't gotten feedback on it yet, and I just don't know what I want to work on it with. Like, I don't know what I want to revise with it. I just feel like I don't really know what story I'm trying to tell. I need other pairs of eyes on it, so I've given it to Wallace, Devasia, and Stieg, and I told them, like, get back to me whenever. Like, Be Gay Solve Crime is not my priority at the moment. Like, I love that book, but it is not the book that I'm like focusing on. The book I'm focusing on right now is obviously The Wrath King 2, Electric Boogaloo. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for those to cook. I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. I'm gonna make frosting, and then I will be back with you to show you the end reveal. Okay, so I have finished the icing. I tried to get it as red as I could, but it's just really difficult to get red icing. And they're less like red velvet cupcakes and more like pink velvet cupcakes. But we're gonna ice one. I'm gonna eat it, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of that. Oh, Lord, they're a little bit sticky. No bear, no bear, no bear, no bear. They're not very pretty. They're actually quite ugly, if I'm gonna be honest, but a little chewy and a little dense, but unfortunately they don't taste like much of anything. But, you know, not the best attempt, not even a very good attempt, but an attempt made nonetheless. Maybe I'll just throw them out. They're kind of not great, but sometimes you win some, you lose some. It's my first time making homemade cupcakes. I usually make them from a box batter mix. Didn't have any red velvet, and I wanted red velvet, so next time I think I'll use a different recipe, because that tastes weird. But anyway, unfortunately, like my writing, this has not gone as expected or how it should have been going, so I guess it does kind of follow the slump rule that this kind of just how it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video of me making cupcakes and talking about my recent project, all the things that are happening. I'm going on a writing retreat next week, which I'm very excited about, so hopefully I'll get on my slump then. Until then, though, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!